Hey folks, this is Casey and I'm One Mellow Marigold. You asked for it and here we are, part 2 of Dear City Folk. 4 more things you are going to hate about country life. Come on in, city folk, grab a cuppa. Let's have ourselves a little chitty chat, shall we? I was you. I was sitting in your seat. I loved my city life. I'd been living there for decades. I loved all the benefits that came with it until I didn't. And that country life idea just kind of wormed its way into my brain. And all of a sudden, bing, bang, boom, toddled off to New York and bought a farm. And here I am almost 1 year later. Kind of like Green Acres, but with far less money. Well, I absolutely love my decision, and it was the right decision. It's not just all going to be easy life and relaxing 24/7. Nope, there's some things that are going to blow your mind, and you are going to really regret your decision some days. If you haven't seen part 1, I invite you to go back and take a little listen to that. That was real fun. We talked about the bugs that are going to steal your will to live. We talked about no food delivery. I mean, no food delivery ever. We talked about 2-lane driving. And I got to tell you, you thought your blood pressure in city driving was high? Just wait till you're stuck behind an old lady going 35 on her way to tea while you're trying to get somewhere before it closes. And we talked about the limited hours of damn near anything. Not only is there nothing to do at night, you're never going to get things done on the times you want to get things done. So we talked about all of that, but yeah, there's more. So let's go. 4 more things you are absolutely going to hate about country life. Number 1, everyone already knows that you just moved from the city, and they probably think you're an idiot. And they're probably right. Yeah, listen, they know. They know you're not local. They know you're from the city. They know you just moved there. And they're probably wondering why. Like, why? Are you trying to cosplay a farmer or something? And maybe you are. How do they know, you ask? How do they know? Number 1, first and foremost, they have never seen you at Smokey's annual 4th of July corn roast. And anybody who is anybody goes to Smokey's annual 4th of July corn roast. Even if it's just to stop in, have a beer or two, and say hi. They've never seen you there. They know you're not from around here. Number 2, you're just a little too eager about things. You don't know you're being a little too eager, but even looking back, I understand where I was a little bit too eager. I was excited to be there. I wanted to meet people. You want to check out where your places are. They can smell it on you, just like fear. And number 3, you got a little bit of a swagger to you. A little bit, just a little bit. I know you did the hard things in your city life too. You had your big corporate job that was really hard, and you had to deal with higher rates of crime and all of that. And you moved to the country thinking, how hard can it be? How hard can it be? It's hard. It's really hard for so many reasons that you don't even know about yet. So they see that little bitty swagger. They know you just moved here. That leads us nicely into number 2, country time. Listen, you've just moved to a new place. You're going to need all the new things. You might need an electrician, a plumber, a contractor, a handy person, a well person, a propane guy, whatever. You're going to need all the things, right? You're not going to know anybody. So you're going to have to just sort of start Googling and asking around and calling people. And eventually what you're going to find out is that there's 3 of every one thing. Right? There's like 3 electricians, there's 3 plumbers, there's 3 contractors, there's 3 handy people in a 5-county radius from you. And you know what? They actually got all the business they need, and they don't really need yours. Here's where country time comes in. Let's say you call your little handy dandy electrician and you actually manage to get somebody on the phone. You're going to tell them your problem, and they're going to say, geez, I'm like 3 months backed out on work, but I can kind of put you on the list. Did you want an estimate? Now, if you were living in the city, you probably have your Angie's list, looked at everybody's Yelp reviews, right? You found a company website. That website might even have an ability for you to schedule your estimate online. Ooh, right? Yeah, no, that's where it's all different. Country time means we'll get there when we get there. Country time means when I'm in the area. They're not going to schedule anything for you ever. And it's maddening because you can't plan around it. You can't plan your day around something when you don't know when that something is going to happen. It's going to make you nuts, but there's not anything you can do about it. And are you going to complain about not hearing a response for 5 months? Absolutely fucking Not, you are not going to complain about it, because you know what? That's going to put you right back down to the bottom of the list. You got to remember, they don't know you. They don't know you. They don't know if you got money. They don't know how dumb you are. They don't know what the total project is going to entail. They're not really sure if they want to drive that far to see you if they don't already know the things they need to know about you, right? So they say, when I'm in the area, and what when I'm in the area really means is they're going to do a drive-by. They're going to do a drive-by, and it's going to be a slow drive-by, and they're going to kind of check out your car and the house a little bit without you knowing, and they're going to sort of make a determination on whether or not they think your project might be one they actually want to put on their calendar. And if you are one that they think might be something they'd put on their calendar, they're just going to stop by. They're going to just stop by, and you better hope you're there. Because if they take the time to stop by when they're in the area and you are not home, or God forbid, you don't answer the door when they stop by, there you go, whoop, right to the bottom of the list. Absolutely maddening. You're eventually just going to give up and start YouTubing stuff and doing it on your own, and that might work out or it might not. But either way, just means more money for the contractor who's got to come in later to fix it for you. Number 3 is for my introverts. You're going to hate this the most. People are just going to show up at your house. They're just coming over, unannounced, uninvited, whenever they feel like it. Yeah, because you know what? They've seen that for sale sign up forever, and they probably knew the old family who lived there, and probably knew the old family and the oldest family and the old family who lived there, and they're nosy. They want to know about you. They're going to tell you, they're going to get out of their truck, they're going to slam the door. Hey, hi, I'm so-and-so. Welcome. We just wanted to stop by and welcome you to the area. They don't want to just welcome you to the area. They want to find out all they can about you. Can you even imagine living in the city? Like what you would do if someone just like ding dong your place at 4 p.m. when you weren't expecting anybody. What do? We hide. We get quiet. We pretend nobody's home because we don't want to be bothered. We have no idea why someone is showing up to our house. But it's harder to do that in the country because they're going to see if your car's there. And if your car's there and it's visible, they're just going to pull in, right? And even if you decide you're having an introvert inside day, you don't want to talk to anybody, I'm just going to hide in the house and be quiet. No, don't do that, because what they're going to do is they're going to ring your doorbell. They're going to knock a couple, 2, 3 times. If they don't hear from you, they're going to assume you're somewhere else on the property. They're going to start walking around your property and your house. They're going to look at a couple windows maybe. Yeah, you don't want them to find you hiding under your blanket on the couch when they're just coming over to try to welcome you and say hi. Yeah, it's a bit much. Now, they're going to tell you they're just here to welcome you, right? We saw the house finally sold. Old Bob and Sue used to live there. We just thought we'd come and check you out and say hi and welcome. They're not trying to welcome you. They're trying to get the gossip. They're trying to get the dirt because they want to take everything they've collected about you and they want to take it back to the bar or the hardware store and tell everybody else about it, right? This is what everybody's trying to do. They want to know your story. Why would you move out here? They might even try to sell you shit. They might try to sell you their services or whatever it is that they do. They're going to invite you to their church. Yeah. They're just going to show up at your house and you're going to hate it a little bit, but you're going to try to learn to love it because you want people to like you. And it's just everybody does it out here. Everybody. It's good. Okay, number 4. Number 4 is my favorite. Poop. Number 4 is about poop. Everything is going to smell like poop at least 3 seasons out of the year. Yeah, get ready, because no matter how badly you might want to, you cannot buy your way out of poop. You know, in the city, if you don't like the apartment you're in, you can maybe buy your way out of it. If you get a parking ticket, if you're lucky, you might be able to buy your way out of a parking ticket, right? That shit doesn't fly in the country, and you can't buy your way out of poop. Let me tell you why it's a full 3-season action. Spring is when everything really gets going because we're doing manure applications. Yeah, we got liquid manure and we got solid manure. And guess what? It stinks equally both ways. 2 different trucks. We got the honey wagon and then we got the solid sort of open air, bigger truck to carry it. And guess what? Poop makes the truck stink. Yeah, sure does. And then they're going to farms. And when they drive into those farms, they might be driving through more poop. Yeah. And so then it gets under the trunk and it gets stuck to their wheels. So you're going to smell poop when the truck goes by. You're going to smell poop when you're driving behind it. And it might even leave little dirt clods of poop along the street in front of your house. Yeah. And then, we're moving into summer. Now farmers are working in their fields. They're planting seeds. They're turning up soil, tilling, whatever, I don't know. They're putting their tractors in the fields where all of that manure was applied. Yeah, so now the tractors are going to smell like the poop. And we've already talked about tractors and traffic. They always get a pass. You got to leave the farmers alone. But now when you're stuck behind that tractor, you're going to know real fast that it was just driving through soil that contains poop. Yep, more poop. Now, why fall, you ask? Well, some farmers do spring produce and winter produce, and so they might be getting their soil already all over again for whatever they're planting for the winter. Yeah, or we might just be talking about farms that don't grow produce, but just grow the animals. They might be raising cows, chickens, pigs, goats, sheep, whatever. All those animals make poop. So they might be collecting the animal poop from said animals, and they might be selling it off to the fertilizer people who are going to turn it into solid manure or liquid manure. Either way, poop abounds. Poop all the time. Now, personally, I don't mind the smell of manure. I really don't. And I like to grow things. So sometimes I even use this stinky manure in some of my garden beds. So I personally don't mind the poop so much, but I have to giggle because I have a dear lifelong friend who has worked for a number of village clerk offices. And she says people will just complain about damn near everything, including one time she told me rich people who had just moved out to the country and built their big family house who came in to complain about the smell of poop. How do you think your food grows? How do you know that manure, poop, is used to grow your fruits and vegetables? I mean, if you don't, you do now. There you go, folks. That is it. That is it for me. Now, granted, all of these things aside, I love living here. This was absolutely the right decision for me. I love living here, and I can't believe it's been almost a year. But if you're a country folk for a long time or already or used to be or whatever, hopefully some of these gave you a chuckle. If you are a city folk thinking about moving to the country, learn a lesson that I learned the hard way, right? I sure do love you. I thank you as always for the support. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications. I love you so much, and I'm going to see you on the next one, okay? Bye.